Let's be real for a second. Everyone is obsessed with becoming a millionaire. It's the big, flashy number everyone chases. But what if I told you the real starting line, the number that truly changes everything, is actually $100,000? We're going to dive into this because this one number represents a massive shift that experts call the $100,000 rule.
Have you ever felt this? You're doing all the right things, you're saving, you're trying to invest, but it just feels like you're pushing a giant boulder uphill. It's this constant, slow, exhausting grind. Well, that feeling is real, and there's a very good reason for it.
And there it is. That struggle, that's the financial world's version of the first major boss fight. It is designed to be brutally difficult. But here's the secret. If you can beat it, you unlock a whole new level of the game.
Now, this isn't just some motivational quote you scroll past on social media. It is a genuine mathematical and psychological reality. Crossing this line isn't just about the money. It's like getting a complete software update for your brain. It is the exact moment your money finally starts working for you instead of you just working for it.
So let's talk about that grind. I like to call it the manual labor phase. This is the part that feels so slow, so incredibly challenging, and honestly, it's where most people just get discouraged and give up. And this is the core of why it's so tough. There's no magic trick here. It's just you, your paycheck, and whatever discipline you can muster. Your wealth can only grow as fast as you can physically save it. There's no invisible force helping you out. Not yet, anyway.
And this chart, wow, it really puts that struggle into perspective, doesn't it? Just look at that split. A whopping 95% of your progress comes from the sheer force of your own savings. That little sliver of investment growth, that 5%, it's nice, but it's not changing your life. And that's exactly why it feels so agonizingly slow at the start. On top of the brutal math, you are fighting all of these psychological battles every single day. The second you get a raise, the lifestyle trap is there telling you to get a nicer car. Instant gratification is whispering that you totally deserve that fancy dinner tonight. And then there's your friends, pushing you to go on trips you know you really can't afford. It's a constant war against your own impulses. But, and this is a huge but, if you can win that war, you reach the tipping point. And this is where the magic really starts to happen. This is the moment compound interest stops being some boring concept from a textbook and becomes a real, powerful force in your life. Think about it this way. In the beginning, when you have a smaller amount saved, the returns your money is making, well, they're fine. It's kind of like your money has a part-time minimum wage job. So, say you've saved up $10,000 and you get an 8% return. That's $800 a year. Okay, not bad. But it's not life-changing, is it? You could probably make that work in a few extra shifts. It's so easy to look at that number and think, is this whole thing even worth it?
But once you cross that $100,000 line, the whole game changes. Your money just got a massive promotion. All of a sudden, that same 8% return on $100,000 is pulling in $8,000 a year. That's not just a little bonus anymore. That is a legitimate income stream your money is earning while you sleep. Your capital is now working harder than a lot of people do at their actual jobs, 24/7. And this definition just nails it. Compound interest transforms from this abstract myth into your single most reliable employee. It's always there, always working for you, and it never, ever asks for a day off.
The thing is, the changes aren't just in your bank account. The most powerful shift happens right between your ears. Hitting six figures is like getting a major software update for your entire financial mindset. This update unlocks a whole suite of new abilities. You get things like investment fearlessness, which lets you take smarter risks. You discover a new level of professional confidence. You start to build a wealth identity, and your spending becomes truly strategic. Just look at this comparison. It's like night and day. Before, you were operating from scarcity. Every decision was about survival. But after, you shift into abundance. You stop asking, how much is it? And you start asking, what's the value? Risk is no longer just danger, it's opportunity. You're not just trying to survive anymore, you're playing to thrive. That new professional confidence creates this incredible positive feedback loop. Because you've got a financial cushion, you're not terrified of getting fired, so you take on that ambitious project. You negotiate harder for that raise, you speak your mind. And all of that leads to more career success, which in turn leads to even more financial success. So what does life actually look like after you've beaten that first boss? Well, you're not just playing the same game on an easier setting. You are playing a whole new game entirely. Your entire relationship with these huge concepts just evolves. Your sense of time expands. You can make decisions based on what your 80-year-old self would want. Your relationship with risk completely transforms. You can actually afford to take that calculated leap, like starting your own business. And the funniest thing happens with possessions. The minute you can actually afford the fancy watch, you often realize you don't even want it anymore. And you stop spending money and you start deploying capital. Now I know that sounds a little pretentious, but it's a real psychological shift. Instead of just mindless habits, every dollar has a job. You're not just buying things, you're investing in your income, in your health, in your well-being. You're making strategic choices based on the return they'll bring to your actual life. So as we wrap this up, this is the one idea I really want to stick with you. The money is great, obviously, but it's not the ultimate prize. The discipline, the habits, the perspective, the resilience you are forced to build on your way to that first $100,000, that is the real treasure.
So the final question isn't just about how you'll get to six figures. It's about who that journey will forge you into along the way. Because that transformation from someone who works for their money to someone whose money works for them, that's the most valuable return you will ever get.